Good evening and welcome to Omnibrosllive, Hall's Previews and Reads edition. That's right, I'm Omnidog, alongside my buddy Geo from A Week in Geekdom. How is it going?
Doing all right. A little bit of a boring day, but everything's all right because we're here live talking comics and all that fun stuff.
Right. That is exactly what we're doing. Speaking of IST, I will be posting probably during the show while we go over some stuff. IST, our fabulous sponsor, is releasing 2 weeks worth of stuff this week, just Marvel and DC. So it's last week and this week, and it's just Marvel and DC. So I am going to, maybe I'll post it right after the show. I don't know. Whatever. It'll work out. I don't, let's see. I have last week's. I don't think there was much last week. This week, okay, wait a minute. Last week is right here. It was just Uncanny X-Men 4 that was coming out. So that's what you're going to have to look for. And then this week, New Warriors, I believe that is the Jim Lee X-Men 1. And a reprint of the Jim Lee X-Men with Chris Claremont #1. There's an Ek Machina compendium. I've got the and Dr. Af. Oh no, Dr. Afra's been pushed into March.
Yeah,
I hate that. It's gonna be It's gonna be in March now. I think it's next week. Is my understanding. I think it's next week. The Dr. Afra is coming out, not this week. Oh, hey, Comic Connect. Glad you could make it.
Thank you for joining.
InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. There's always a gift card given away. Hey, Lou. There's always a gift card given to us to give away to lucky viewers like you, and that will be Thursday night's show. Wherever it's possible, Gio and I are going to go till midnight. No,
oh boy.
I'm kidding. I don't think I could make it on the show till midnight. The viewers could, but I couldn't. They kicked my ass last time. What am I saying? Oh, $50 or more in an order in the United States gets you free shipping, which will be important, especially this week because you're getting 2 weeks worth of orders in 1 week. And fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com.
Good job.
Thank you, buddy. Dr. Afra's coming out. Oh, 3/17/21.
You got some time.
That is a book I am going to read as soon as I get my grubby little paws on it.
Jess, with your beautiful song, can you sing the
it was like a Munsters theme song. That was great. No, the IST gift card is Thursday, Felix.
Yeah, Thursday, and it's not a manga show, so don't freak out. It's a regular show.
But it is Geo and me. Are you going to be on, Geo?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I hope so.
You're planning on it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Lionheart, I love your avatar. It's a fiery Godzilla.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Taylor Brown, I think you're going to be waiting a little while. He's still bitter. He carries bitterness around.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah. He's quite bitter. He doesn't know what to do with that volume 1 that he has. I know that he's He's bitter about that. I think he may still be bitter about the way Game of Thrones ended too.
Everyone's bitter about that.
Still?
Yeah. People wish they could redo that whole thing.
Yeah. And he's definitely still bitter about episode 9 of Star Wars, which I have buried in the past, and I'll watch it again, and I'm okay with it. It's all
It
fine.
is what it is. It had its problems, but whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. It's still Star Wars to me, and it's not like it's the first trilogy. I mean, the 1, 2, 3, not the original first trilogy.
The prequel trilogy.
Yeah. So we've got Halls. Geo is winning the T-shirt game. What's your T-shirt of? Let's see. Oh, it's Medusa.
It's Joe Mad Medusa.
Joe Mad Medusa. That is a boss T-shirt.
Yeah, that's from the Inhuman run from Inhuman. When they was doing the Charles Soule took over and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Joe Mad was the original artist, and he left after like 3 or 4 issues or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. I don't have much in the way of hauls if we're not counting toys. I don't think I hauled any books. But I did read a lot. Yeah, I did. That is one thing I know is the Minister of Comics has a dark heart.
I am having computer problems right now because I keep hearing stuttering from you guys.
What are you saying?
What?
Is there a problem?
Yeah, it's got to be on my side.
You're still having it? The problem?
Yeah, you sound really weird, Jess, to me. I think it's got to be on my side because I don't see anybody in the chat talking about it.
Did you restart the connection, the internet, or something, just in case?
I restarted this laptop. This laptop's a hunk of junk, but let me see what I could do.
We're having a battle in the chat as to what counts. Toys count, and then Stimson says toys don't count. Well, actually, Stimson, it's our show, so I think toys do count. So I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'll go get some that just came in. And I have to get my reads anyway because
go for it.
I was late.
So chat. Yeah, that's what's up. I don't know if I hauled. I did haul something, but I'll let Jess show it off, all his stuff first, and then I'll show you guys what I hauled. It's just one book, but I like it. Let's see. Derek just found out my local theater is closing permanently. Pretty effing bummed. Only IMAX theater around here. The only IMAX theater around here is like an hour and some minutes away, and I never go there. So, but yeah, I have a bunch of theaters, and it's been a while. I'm not looking forward to theaters, so I don't know. Raphael says MK trailer. You know, I'm not a huge fan of Mortal Kombat aside from the first 3 games. Everything else, I'm like, it's all right. I'd love the original MK1, MK2. Everything else, it's like, it's not for me. But the movie trailer looks really fun. Looks really cool. And it brought me back to watching the original movie in theaters way back. Was it 95, 96, something like that? So it brought some really good memories of that time. So I am looking forward to that new movie. Aria, Gio, you might have talked me into getting Nausicaa. Good job, me. Yeah, go get it.
I have the movie Nausicaa.
The movie's fantastic. Yeah, because I recently got back in November the manga, which was the original source material. Then it got made into a movie, and then Miyazaki finished the manga. Have you seen the box set that I have?
No.
Let me get it. And now I'm gonna leave for a minute.
Okay. So I'll look at the chat. Still life. I don't know that can I highlight things? No, I can't. Gio's in charge.
I'm in charge.
He's asking, Still Life's asking Mira or Medusa.
Ooh.
I know, that's a killer.
Oh boy. I'm gonna say Mira. But Medusa's the real she's the real head of state when it comes to the Inhumans in my eyes. But
Right.
I'm gonna have to go with Mira. You know.
Okay, so what is that?
This is the original story, the manga from Hayao Miyazaki.
Oh, okay.
So it comes in 2 big ass hardcovers. I showed this off last week on the manga show. Here's the first hardcover here. And some of the art.
Oh,
So-
I would be so confused reading those panels.
It's
That's why I
It's
can
a lot.
only read what's his name? The did Uzumaki. What's his name?
Junji Ito.
Yeah, there's only a couple of layers, like 4 panels a page, and I can keep up with that. But that looks way too complicated for me backwards. I couldn't do it. It looks beautiful.
a lot. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's more in depth than the movie, and the characters are better written and more fleshed out and all that stuff. So I'm going to read this at some point soon and make a video on it because it also
Nice.
comes with a poster. Let me show the poster off. Here's the little poster, which looks beautiful. Yep, this way.
You're getting close. What's upside down?
Sorry. There we go.
It is a cool poster.
Yeah, it's 2-sided or double-sided. Sorry.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll ever display it, but I'll keep it safe.
Yeah. True graphic novel fan. The guy who had the most to say about that trailer. Wait a sec. I just got an email. The Zack Snyder trailer just left. That's Lou. So you'll want to ask him about that when he comes back on.
He's gonna hate on it because he's a hater.
Yeah, that's basically it. Okay,
And I'm a lover of that stuff, so I don't know. Let's see. Here, we got you now. Can you hear us? It's loading. 3rd time's a charm. Michael Collins asked, "Where's Omar? He's on assignment. I specifically ordered him to do some research on some things, and he'll be back soon. When he comes back, he'll tell us all about it."
Okay. Okay. I got. Lou's having problems, huh?
Yep, it's not loading properly.
That is frustrating.
We'll see.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay, this is better. I can at least hear you now.
Are you on your phone?
Yeah, I can hear you now clear, at least. The video stutters a lot, but at least I can hear you.
We can see you fine.
That's so weird. All right, it's fine now. It's working okay now.
Okay. Hayden McGee says he wants to hear Lou talk about Jesus, Joker, Jared. Oh boy. This is when I will, for 10 minutes, I'll compose my IST releases. Well, Lou talks about Jesus, Jared.
I mean, I don't even, dude, I don't even. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's all I gotta say is, oh my God.
Okay.
James, yes, maybe. We'll see.
Why,
I'll let you know.
Why is Jacques asking you about Cowboy Bebop when I've got three different copies of it?
Because I have the vinyl right there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish we could get the whole Seatbelts disc box set thing that they released a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Where it was like 4 or 5 discs of just awesome music. This is sort of like a greatest hits without the ending song, which they couldn't get to it because of copyright issues or whatever, but licensing issues. It's more like a greatest hits. It's fine. It sounds great, but I wish we could get the whole thing.
Yeah, maybe we will sometime.
Yeah.
I got 2 LP colored vinyls of it, and then I have a single colored vinyl of it.
Nice.
That I got like 3 years ago when I watched Cowboy Bebop for the first time. Actually, I watched that in like 2017.
Gianmarco, don't worry about it. You're welcome. Any enriching manga for a 12-year-old want to cultivate her interest in reading manga? Try
Chainsaw Man.
No. Try
Berserk.
Oh my gosh. What's
Berserk.
the name of that? No, not Berserk. You don't want to traumatize a youngling. Shoot. Yotsuba. Try Yotsuba. Yotsuba. Umaru-chan. No, not Umaru-chan. Oh my god, I'm off my game tonight. Give me a second. What's the name of this character? Yeah. Umaru-chan. Umaru-chan, maybe. Yotsuba. Sergeant Frog. There are a bunch of cool manga for young kids that are really nice. But Yotsuba, definitely. That's a really wholesome, funny manga. The Pokemon Adventures manga as well. People are recommending it in the chat. That's a great one, too. Let's see.
How old is the kid?
12-year-old. A 12-year-old.
I mean, they could always start with what we started as well. One Piece, Naruto. That's around that age, right?
Mm-hmm. One Piece, Naruto, Sailor Moon, all that stuff. Anyone watch or read Carol and Tuesday yet? I saw the series back in 2019, and it's honestly one of Watanabe's best works. I mean, I know Bebop gets the crown on that, but Carol and Tuesday is phenomenal. That series made me cry at the end so much, like ugly cry.
Would I like it if I liked Bebop and Shampoo?
It's on Netflix. It's only 24 episodes, and it's a music show. It's about 2 girls in Mars in the future, and they're indie artists, and they're trying to make it into the business in the future.
Okay, wait.
They
I'm
play
writing it down.
They play on tropes from like reality shows, American Idol style, and them trying to make a music video and art. It's a beautiful series. I loved it.
Carol and Tuesday.
Yeah. The art is beautiful. As soon as you start watching the first episode, you're going to be hooked, and you'll breeze through half the season or half the series. It's only 1 season.
Okay, well, I loved both of those other 2 shows, so that's something that I should watch.
Yep.
Okay. Space Dandy is amazing too, Jess. Same guy who did Bebop and Shampoo, I think. Have you seen Space Dandy?
We talked about it a couple months ago. We did an episode where we were talking about random stuff, and I showed you my Dandy Blu-rays.
Oh,
it's a Funkadelic series in space in the future. It's really funny.
that's right. Where can I get that?
That's not streaming anywhere, or maybe the Funimation service. I'm not too sure, but you would have to get the Blu-rays. But that was a funny sci-fi series. It's inspired by a lot of 50s and 60s art style, and the music's very folk-oriented, and the characters are really funny, and they're not your typical leads. It's really fun. They're alien bounty hunters, but they're terrible at their jobs. The main guy, he's into TNAs. He has a ferret-looking companion, alien creature, and then the other one's a robot that looks like a vacuum cleaner, but he talks in auto-tune all the time. So his voice is all modulated. It's really funny.
That sounds awesome. I want to see all of those.
Yes. Space Dandy is like if Cowboy Bebop dropped acid. Pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this whole theory, which Watanabe kind of confirmed, that all his shows, or most of them, are in the same universe, just different time periods.
Oh, okay.
Like Shampoo is in the same timeline as Bebop. It's just many centuries apart from each other.
Right. Okay.
And you see a couple Easter eggs in Space Dandy and Carol and Tuesday, where the coins they use are the Woolongs from Cowboy Bebop. So you know it's in the same universe.
Ooh, okay. I'm about ready to rewatch Cowboy Bebop.
That's pretty cool. It's a nice little touch that they throw in there. Because it would make sense if you want to set it in that universe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michael Collins, you should watch us on Sunday when we talk about WandaVision and put spoilers up.
You've been talking about it for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't get spoiled. We talk all about it on Sundays. And we put spoilers up so people aren't upset. They can leave the chat, whatever. And I think we're all digging it a lot. I know I love it.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's the highlight of my week until the new season of Harley Quinn.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait
James says Space Dandy sub and dub is on Funimation app, and the sub is on Hulu. There you go. You can watch it on Hulu.
Oh.
Subtitled, but it's still fun. I don't know if you mind the whole sub dub thing.
No, I don't mind subtitles.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, wait. Let me put that.
No one talks about Kids on the Slope anymore. What was that?
Nothing. Hulu. Okay.
Kids on the Slope anymore, even though Kids on the Slope just got a reprint for the Blu-ray. So if you don't own it, it's probably worth picking up because Kids on the Slope is amazing. It's an anime in the 70s about a kid that wants to be part of a jazz club band in that era.
Okay.
It's a lot of questions. I love it. Anyone else listening to Daft Punk on loop today? I am so pissed off that they broke up. I hate it.
Hell of a run.
I mean, it's a hell of a run, but I wanted more productions because I love those guys.
Yeah. I think what's most disappointing is that they're probably not going to score the new Tron movie.
Yeah. That soundtrack is awesome. Best thing about that movie, actually.
Yeah. The soundtrack and that light cycle fart are probably the only reasons you need to watch that movie.
It saves the whole movie. If you didn't have that score, it would be a totally different experience.
It really would be. But hey, we're getting Jared Leto in the next one, so it's gonna be great. Oh God.
Art Walker, why'd you buy Bramble? That's one of my root beer books.
Bramble, what's Bramble
on that book? I hated it.
Is that the one with the highway or something? Or?
No, that was Savage Highway with all the weird rapiness.
Okay.
This was just a jumbled up story that wasn't well told at all. It was one of the worst humanoids books. Oh, Art's just kidding. Okay. Yeah. It's one of the worst humanoid books I've ever read. The worst was Savage Highway, but Bramble was a close second.
Here's our buddy Matt. I think Mondo's re-releasing Tron Legacy vinyl sometime this year.
Oh, good, because that thing sold out in 36 seconds.
I might get that then.
I'd get that too.
That's going to sell out quick. Watch.
Yeah, the first release did.
Mm-hmm.
When was that? Last year? Or I think it was the latter part of last year.
I haven't been getting vinyl releases except like stuff like Bebop or whatever. I missed out on the Aquaman vinyl soundtrack simply because I hate the cover for it.
Yeah.
They did like a 3D image of. There you go. Look at that beautiful thing.
I knew you were going to talk about this.
I'm not a huge fan of that cover. It's so weird to look at that 3D image of CG Momoa. I don't get it. But inside those, they look beautiful. The actual disc look beautiful though.
What the hell is Pitbull doing on this?
Hey, a lot of people trash that song, but I like it. It's funny and it makes me laugh. That's why I like it so much.
You're dead to me.
It's okay. I'm dead to a lot of people.
No, you're not. Just me.
What was the popular Pitbull song that he covered that we both hate? It was a Spanish song. It was a Spanish song that we both know. I can't remember it.
Spanish song? I don't remember.
I think it was. Was it Aguanile?
I have no idea.
I can't remember the name of the song.
Mr. Worldwide.
Matt, you can't possibly like the Pitbull version of Africa. You can't possibly like that. I mean, I will say Toto's version of Africa, because he wrote it, is the best version. Pitbull, Jiminy Crickets, that was such a sucky song. I'm so glad. Wait, that's not on here, is it?
It is.
Oh my God, I'm going to scratch that part of the record.
Yeah, guys, that Evangelion vinyl, I want it. I also want the Beastars vinyl, but it's too expensive for me, and the Premiere vinyl. That is an amazing soundtrack. Even if you don't know anything about the movie, that soundtrack is awesome, and I will be getting that one.
You better be quick on that one.
Let me show you the image because I think you're gonna like the colored vinyl for it.
Yeah, I'm getting it, and I know it's going to be super popular, and there's only 500 copies.
Let me check. There are two versions. There's a red and another one that's blue and something. Let me.
Oh wait, where are you looking for these?
One quick second. Oh, there it is. Got it. Share the screen here. So this is the one from Right Stuff.
Oh, okay. I might get that one instead.
I think this one's going to be easier to get, and I love the colors, the two different ones.
Yeah, I think you're right. It will be easier to get.
And the other one is the red and white, but that picture's too crappy. Never mind. I'll get that one. Here's a good question for us. What do you guys think of the Invincible trailers? Because there was a new one that came out. It looks better than the first one, honestly. And I'm so excited for that series.
Yeah, no, I'm extremely enthusiastic and extremely excited for it. It looks really good. It looks like they really sunk some money into this, so I can't wait to see the end result of this because this could have easily been a project they half-assed, but it seems like they put a lot of love into it.
It really does look like the comic turned to life.
Mm-hmm.
It translated perfectly into animation. Here's Megan.
Hey, Mechanic, what's up?
Spotlock. The new Weezer album is actually really good. Probably their best since Pinkerton, whatever. Very Beatles influenced.
I would swallow poison before I listen to a Weezer album.
You're not a Weezer fan?
Not in the least.
I only like the really sad song that everybody thought was really happy. The Island in the Sun. Is that the song?
I don't know. I just hate them.
Everybody thought, "Oh, this is such a happy song." No, it's not. It's not. It's dark and depressing.
How do you feel about 30 Seconds to Mars, Jess? I'm just curious.
Oh, it took me a second to figure out what you were really asking. Not a fan. Oh, wow.
Matt says Toto or Weezer.
I'd pick
It's cutting
Toto,
out
Matt.
really bad for me right now. Like I can't even hear you guys. It must be. It's something on my end, I'm sure.
It's probably the connection, the internet.
That's weird because I just heard your question really well.
Mm-hmm. You're frozen, but
Yeah, you're frozen.
We can hear you.
Art, I don't have to watch anything. I can say whatever I want.
Oh, seeing Jess in form is great. What music do you like? I'll listen to almost anything. I don't have a particular thing, although I do prefer jazz music and hard rock stuff, and a lot of movie scores. So.
Yeah, I like to read to movie scores and ambient music, but if I'm listening to something, it's going to be punk and or something like
Hello?
Hey, can you hear us?
Barely. It's the same issue.
Ah,
Yeah, it's the same issue. Who's hosting tonight?
Yeah, boy.
Oh, okay.
but he can hear me okay.
Yeah.
It's it comes and goes. It's fine. Sorry, guys.
All right. Gio, did you see the Godzilla Showa era vinyl box that was released? I wish I had the money for it. I'm going to share the screen real quick if anybody's curious about that.
So crispy.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, I remember looking at this.
$450. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, that's a little too rich for my blood too.
Look at that. Oh my gosh. There it is. Look at that. I love it.
Wow.
And they're all colored differently.
Oh, my
Soundtracks.
dream. Oh, look at all those.
Wow.
Look at that one.
But does it have Godzilla by Blue Oyster Cult?
Good point. I don't think so.
It's not complete then.
Yep.
All I know is don't fear the Reaper from them.
That's a good one to know. I saw them probably 7 times.
Cool.
Look at that kick from the famous kick scene in the love it. I think that's the last one. No, there's more. Jesus Christ, how many are there here?
Did you ever see Iron Butterfly live, Jess? Iron Butterfly.
Iron Butterfly. I will say my sister saw Jimi Hendrix at the Monterey Pop Festival back in '67.
Wow.
Yeah, she was a hippie, and she went to the Monterey Pop Festival. Yeah, I do love post rock. I just ordered Mogwai's latest, and I can't wait to get it. What kind of punk am I into? I'm into everything from the Sex Pistols to
The Dead Brains, I think is one of the popular ones.
Bad Brains. I love Bad Brains. Slater Kinney, I love.
Okay.
Like that. That's the kind of stuff I like. No, we haven't started Reeds and Halls yet, Jesse. We're answering questions from the chat.
There's 144 wonderful people watching, so thank you, everybody.
Joe, I would be happy to make a video on my channel about vinyl. I've certainly got enough. I've got everything from when I was a kid to stuff like Aquaman with Pitbull on it.
Oh, yeah, baby. I don't like the cover for that album, but I love it's awesome. I just don't like the cover for it.
Let me see what the vinyl looks like. It's three LPs.
Yeah. So shout out to Super Squad D who just joined us. Thank goodness you guys got rid of the Sunday crew. It was rough this week.
Let's see. Super Squad D. He and I talk each other into so many toys. It's ridiculous. Although I'm not following him on this latest jaunt.
Oh, look at that. Give me a second, Lionheart. Let me highlight this. Oh, look at that.
Let me see what the other two LPs are.
Yeah. By the way, the Godzilla set is available.
And PayPal does layaway, so you could get it that way. Oh, here's the inside. Whoa. Comes with liner notes.
Oh,
And
look at that.
Orm, the awful actor. Black Manta, the awful actor.
No, don't hurt my soul like that.
He is Dr. Manhattan in Watchmen, so he gets a pass in my book.
No, I think you got Manta confused with
Yeah.
Oh, did I? Oh.
Let's see. Here's another piece of vinyl.
Ooh, sexy. Love it.
That is nice.
And the third piece is in the middle, so this is when everything collapses.
Oh boy.
No, okay, everything stay. Ooh, this is cool looking too.
Nice.
Ooh.
There we go.
That is lovely. Is
Um,
it still available to get, or is it sold out? I said that jokingly, but I have no idea.
What?
Damn it. Let me check.
Yeah, I got it from Mondo. I don't think it's sold out.
while you do that, can you highlight? Hold on. R. Walker. He was asking if we got any recommendations for books on Agatha Harkness.
Wait.
The Scarlet Witch collection by James Robinson has some good Agatha in it.
Mm-hmm. Agatha's interesting because she hasn't been in too much, from my knowledge. She started out as a Fantastic Four character. She used to babysit Franklin Richards, and that was her big thing. You could read House of M. She plays an important role in House of M.
Yeah,
To say the least.
You could say that.
Totally different, and you want to read a really radical Agatha. She's in Ultimate Fantastic Four in one of the most bizarre appearances ever. She was the she fell in love with Reed Richards, and she tried to take over the Baxter Building, the cube thing that they were doing. It's a weird storyline.
It sounds good.
I think Jay Lee was drawing it. I might be mistaken. That will correct me.
I would recommend Scarlet Witch by James Robinson. That's a great book, first of all, and it's got a lot of good Agatha in it. But it does have different artists all throughout it. So some art's really great in it, and then some art's kind of ponderous in it.
Meg Havoc says she's in Strange Academy. Cool.
Oh, okay.
I need to read that.
Taylor Brown has had a bad luck streak going with this. Gotten scored by Kieran Gillen twice now, ordering Scarlet Witch because of some ISBN number.
Poor guy.
I think he's given up. Oh, that's a nice compliment.
Thank you, Prisco. We aim to please.
Hey, there's Gabe.
What up?
Yo,
Gabe,
Hey guys, what's going on?
how you doing?
Doing great. Doing great.
Oh, yeah, Joe Goose, Kristen in particular does not care for some of the art in Scarlet Witch. He was texting me with images going, Jess, WTF? And I was like, the story's really good. And yeah, she doesn't care for a particular artist that does a couple of issues in it.
Oh, now I have to know. I'm gonna look for that book later.
Yeah.
So
This
Gio,
is-
real fast. Your
Yeah.
Joe Mad Medusa Inhuman shirt.
Yeah.
Badass.
Thank you.
Badass.
Thank you. Everybody was talking about it earlier. Let me stand up for a little bit.
It's
There you
Joe Mad. Oh, and it has panels? That's great.
That's great.
I don't have a Joe Mad t-shirt. What the shit?
I have another one with Avenging Spider-Man, the short run that he did, like the 3 issues.
Mhm.
I have a big one with Spider-Man all over it. It's pretty cool.
Oh.
And the Mondo still has the Aquaman vinyl, so thank you. I will look that up.
Just get it and don't look at the front cover. Just play
It's
the
gonna
needle,
go in a drawer somewhere. I'm not gonna look at it
and
too
then
much.
just drag the needle over across the Pitbull song.
Wow, what's wrong with Pitbull?
I don't dig him in Aquaman.
That's okay. That's
Yeah.
too bad.
Yeah. My,
Is it the soundtrack from the movie?
Yeah.
yeah.
So does the octopus get a track on it? Does he get a credit?
I wish.
The octopus playing the drums?
Trench
Topo.
Age from Kingdom of the Trench.
Sure.
Black Manta. I don't see anything about the.
Topo the octopus.
I'll have to listen to it. I just opened it.
So, Gabe, did you haul anything? Because we didn't haul much.
Oh no, I got a bunch of single issues and I got some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hauled some stuff.
I'm sorry. I totally walked over that. We were so focused on the vinyl, I thought you didn't want to show anything else. Sorry.
Oh, are you in the middle of your haul then, Jess? You can finish.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
All right. So let's Last Ronin #2.
Hey.
I haven't had a chance to read it, but I know Lou, you were in the chat going, well, like something's going on. Anybody else read this? Like I need the last page explained to me, or we need to talk more about it. I got to jump in this because I love #1 a lot. So #2, thankfully #2 isn't as difficult to get as #1 was, but what's the point if you didn't get a #1, right?
Mm-hmm.
So awesome stuff in here. I don't want to flip through it and show any spoilers because apparently the last page you got something going on.
It's great. It keeps up the pace of this first issue, and I'll talk about that more when we talk about reads. But I loved it,
dude. I'm gonna show this. I don't know if I can show it close enough, but that Sophie Campbell variant, I was really tempted to get that. That was like a $20-$30 variant, but that's the one with the turtle in the shadows there pulling out the sword. That's a cool looking cover. I was really tempted to get that one also, but I could get other stuff for $20-$30. Let me just continue on with the singles. So I've been getting a lot more singles getting racked up for the channel and whatnot. I got another one of these. I got 2 of these now. The Thor Prestige case with really cool stuff. I'll probably open one of these on my channel. I think it'd be kind of fun to break these open and flip through good old Eric Masterson fun Thor stuff. What's interesting is we have this. Camera's all backwards and weird. It says this is the 30th anniversary of the Fantastic Four back in 1991. So we are now 30 years from that point, from 30 years from the beginning of the start of the FF. So that's always something kind of cool and time sensitive to kind of think about, that we are now 30 years away from this point, which was 30 years away from the start of the Fantastic Four. So that's interesting and cool. Probably only to me. With WandaVision going on, I did grab some cool WandaVision style books. West Coast Avengers. This is the Vision Quest, issue 43, issue 44. This is the return of Vision, but he returns as the White Vision. I love this cover, the White Vision cover, which is the homage to Avengers 56, 57?
57.
57. Thank you, Jess. Some more Thor. This is where Eric Masterson first becomes Thor, which is really cool. And then I got some Fantastic Four, but what I really want to point out, I bought it as a big lot, so what I really wanted to point out is I had to get the Art Adams Fantastic Four, which is always awesome.
Wow. That's a cool cover.
Yeah, that's great. But the ones I really wanted to point out was this is one of my favorite issues of all time. And I don't know if I just lost it or just never got it. Maybe I read a friend's copy. But Fantastic Four 357 is awesome. This is spoilers, but this is the reveal of, at this point in the Fantastic Four, Johnny Storm is married to Alicia Masters, which is really weird and awkward and confusing and controversial, whatever you want to call it. But in this issue is where it's revealed that she's a Skrull the whole time. You get the first appearance of Lyja, which I loved Lyja growing up reading Fantastic Four, so I had to get her first appearance. And then since, of course, this is Omnibros, and we're talking about collected editions and all that kind of cool stuff, I did get a X-Men Second Genesis Epic Collection. This is the start of the Claremont Cockrum run, Cockrum Burn. This is the one that has giant-sized X-Men in it, which is now unobtainable to get these days. So this is probably going to be, I have the Omnis already, but I want to get the Epic as well for it. So
what's that?
A giant-sized X-Men #1. Like a few years ago, there's an Epic collection for that West Coast Avengers. It's good stuff too. A few years ago at San Diego Comic-Con, I had a chance to get a giant-sized X-Men 9.0 CGC for like $2,000, and I was right on the verge of getting it. And I was like, nah, you know what? Let me just hold it up because in case there's house bills and house thing, I sold a bunch of stuff. I sold original artwork, a bunch of my original artwork, a bunch of all this other stuff because I wanted to go get a big book and I wanted to get a 9.0, a nice high-grade copy of giant-sized X-Men, but I passed on it. And now 2-3 years later, it's an $8,000 book.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
So get it while you can, everybody. If you see something you want, get it because it could be $8,000 a couple of years down the road.
Get the first appearance of Squirrel Girl.
No. That's a hard pass. That's a hard pass.
Watch her become a hit, and everybody's going to be looking for that issue. It's going to sell for hundreds of dollars.
What is that? X-Men Winter Special, I think, is her first appearance. And it's a fairly pricey book. It's like $100. So I know Jess probably got like 7 of them because of his love affection. I do have a New Mutants 98 K-Dog. I showed it off a while, not too long ago, but I have a 9.6.
Hey,
Nice.
what's the going rate for one of those for 9.6?
I haven't looked.
I got $650 for mine.
That sounds about right. That's going to be up in that range. It's going to just keep ticking up with now that Deadpool is going to be part of the MCU and the return of that, Deadpool 3. Like everything is super crazy, stupid expensive. Like the first appearance of Gambit, like at a 9.8, is dumb. I wanted to get one. Like I was selling a bunch of stuff to save up for it. It's dumb. It's hitting almost $1,000, and and it was like $500-600 like a month ago. I was like, oh, I could do that. I could sell off some stuff, and I could make that happen in no time. And I make it happen, and now it's like $900, and it's like, damn it.
Damn.
I do have a first appearance of a Red Omega Red back there.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah. Like I said, I pulled up a bunch of my comics up top, so I can start getting the channel ready. And first appearance of Darkhawk. I know Jess has probably got one of those, right, sir?
I actually did read the first 20 issues of Darkhawk back in the day.
The Dark Hawkening.
The Dark Hawkening.
Nice.
That's awesome, Gabe.
So that'll be a part of my my Jim Lee Artist Edition. I think I'll probably have some stuff in here from it. So I got a bunch of my Jim Lee X-Men stuff I pulled out. Just to get ready for the channel. Because once I get that artist edition, it's on. Can't wait for that. That's coming out this week, which I think we'll probably talk about in the previews today.
Yep. If you guys see that action figure, get it, flip it.
Yeah, if you have one, get it, toss it. Yep. Turn that into something bigger. $230, you could get some decent comics for $230.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can pay off some bills or save it up or do whatever. But $230 is nothing to. It's pretty damn good for a $20 fucking figure.
Babylon, no. Don't. Either get Jeff Johns or Mark Wade's run.
Yeah, don't read that book, but definitely flip through it. It's beautiful, but the story's not there.
It has some of the most gorgeous flash art you will probably ever see, but the story is just not up to snuff. It's really not.
That's the type of book you get after you've read a lot of Flash, and you're like, I'll check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Josh Williamson run's really good. Rebirth.
Oh yeah, it's worth getting like the hardcovers. Sorry, if you guys, just the regular hardcovers or the trades, it's fine. But if you don't $100 omnibus or whatever, if you never read it, then don't invest. I always suggest that people do this all the time in the group, is they want to buy the big old omnibus of a series they've never read before, and I'm always like, you know what, you might want to just invest a couple of bucks, check it on the Comixology, get the trade or something like that, just to see if you like it. Like, don't drop $150 on the Omni. $100 an Omni, whatever it's going to be, for something that you don't actually have experience with and love, or it's a part of your normal collection habit.
Yeah, or I think the DC Universe app has that stuff on there, doesn't it?
Probably.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, torrent it, whatever. Do something to try it out first before you drop something big on it, whatever. Just
definitely don't do that. He didn't mean to say that.
The views and opinions of Gabe do not reflect the views and opinions of Omnibros and its subsequent members.
That's pretty much it for my hauls, but yeah.
I actually have the comic. I'm not going to sell it or anything. I just thought it's cool that I have it.
Ultimate Fallout 4 you have?
Yeah.
Score.
Yeah. My local shop, when it existed, they were practically tossing those away, and I grabbed like one or two.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. And it's in a poly bag and all that stuff, so I haven't opened it.
I need to get mine graded because this is, I think this is a good chance for a 9.8.
Nice.
This is really just becoming like, let's show off cool comic books segment. Just what do you got? I know you got a glass case with some cool stuff.
I got Star Wars Target Vader.
Ooh.
Thin trade of him getting hunted by bounty hunters, which I think is a spinoff from Soul's Run. I forget, but the bounty hunters. I forget, what are they called here? Blah 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 versus the bounty hunters. I know. Whatever. I'm looking forward to this because that was a cool part of that run when bounty hunters are sent after him. So, and then I got a Kickstarter. Maddie, Once Upon a Time in the Future. Duncan Jones, Alex DeCampi art.
Is that the director, Duncan Jones?
Director? Does he direct stuff?
Duncan Jones.
Film director Duncan Jones.
Yeah, I think that's David Bowie's kid.
Oh, right. Well, this is a Kickstarter. And it's got really boss art. And the story's supposed to be good. So this, and Kristen and I both got this. And we've actually got a number of Kickstarters recently together. So we might do a Kickstarter show. But this thing is really awesome looking. It's super oversized. Like, here's Vader, Target Vader compared to it.
Wow.
No, wait, here's Target Vader compared to it. Look how big it is. No. Yeah, it's big. That O in the background is for Omnidog. Thank you, Lionheart. It was a Christmas gift from my daughter.
For Omnibros. Or not.
Sure, dude. Sure.
Yeah.
Then I got, let's see, Age of Venom,
Ooh.
Anti-Venom, which
Nice.
is the new one. And then Tyler Blunt made me do a FaceTime and open these, so I have to be careful so they don't pop out. But this is the Maplex Miles Morales,
Awesome.
and it has magnetic feet and hands. So I'm sticking it. I have an antique toaster in the Art Deco part of our basement, so I'm going to stick him on that, and my wife will flip out. It'll be great. She'll be so unhappy, or else she'll surprise me and be really happy.
Jess, were you the one that ordered the hot toy, the Miles one?
I did, yeah.
Nice.
Uh-oh, there's another rabbit hole.
That's not coming in until 2022, though.
Oh, you got her. Nice.
This is Evil Gwenpool.
Yeah. Badass.
She's got white. I hate bumping these things because then all the little things go all over the place. Anyway, here's Evil Gwenpool. She comes with multiple swap outs for head and hands, and there's even a Gwenpool face in there. You can see, and it's really cool. Evil Gwenpool's just gorgeous. I think this is a Mapex.
Mm-hmm.
And that is it for my hauls.
Can you show the alternate head for Gwenpool?
Yeah.
Because I thought that she looked great with long hair.
Let me pop the heads out and see. You want the blonde Gwenpool or evil Gwenpool?
The blonde one.
Okay, you're getting both.
Yay. It's a shame we still don't have an omnibus for that. You would think.
I agree.
Oh, look at that. Straight out of Gurihiru's art. Page.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Then here's the other alternate face for evil Gwenpool
Love it.
with a top knot.
Nice. There you go. Perfect.
Top knot. Okay. There we go.
This comment that I highlighted earlier about the Maddie book, that it's part of the trilogy, is that true? Oh, shoot, I lost it.
Of Moon, Mute, and is this the third one? I think I heard that this was the conclusion of that, because they're all, for those that don't know,
This book?
Moon, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Moon was a 2013 movie, if I remember, with Sam Rockwell.
Yep.
And he goes up in space and he's like talking to Kevin Spacey, who is a computer. And that was a really good movie. I've heard it's great. I haven't seen it. Mute came out, I want to say, in 2018, and it's set in the same universe as Moon. It's on Netflix, but I don't think it did too well.
Yeah, it didn't get great reviews.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Moon's
so
awesome.
this is the third entry. First two are movies, and then there's this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Interesting. I just
Moon
got it.
is not great, but Moon I highly recommend. One of my favorite movies from that year.
Really? Okay.
It's really good.
Somebody just noticed something. Still Life 77 noticed that MJ and Gwen are gone back there. That's where I've got some hot toys that I'm going to put there. They've been moved up to the statue shelf, which I showed Gio earlier.
Strap in, everybody. We're going for a ride.
Tell me if you can see that.
Oh, yeah.
More. Yeah, we can see them at the top.
Yeah, there's Harley up there. She's the newest entry. I'm gonna see if I feel like it's too crowded up there.
I like it. I think it looks okay. I'm not. Let's see what the chat says.
Yeah, I'd be interested in other opinions because there's still a sideshow Rogue coming in.
Uh-oh.
that needs to go there, up there, and then that's it for this month.
Where are you going to fit the HasLab Sentinel? Did you order that?
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I sort of wish I did.
It looks awesome.
I was tempted. I'm waiting to get my my Kickstarter Spawn figures.
Yeah. Here's a question for you, Jess. That's a pretty sweet room. How long have you been collecting?
I've been collecting for 57 years.
Wow.
Awesome.
It makes me ill, but yeah, it's really true.
Hey,
Thank
Gio, real quick. So
Yeah.
on the topic of people blind buying books,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think about people blind buying the entire Invincible collection? I think that's a good jump in. Like, just go in just head first.
Yeah.
Go in head first. Buy it all.
I think it's a solid investment. Also, if you're that kind of a person, get in right now, because the show does look great, and the momentum of the show is probably only going to get more increased once those first 3 episodes drop next month.
Yeah, it's gonna be like how Scarlet Witch and like House of M stuff is right now, where it's just it happens anytime there's a really great movie or TV show or something that's based on a comic book series. The comics get hard to find, the trades disappear, all the collections just go up and they end up disappearing. And these Invincible hardcovers have been around forever. So I don't know how much actual stock is like available and it's out there, or how much is left to backfill whatever's going to sell because of the show. But it's going to be it's I agree with Lou. It looks like it's going to be a hit, and it's going to trickle out, and it's going to just ripple affect everything. It's going to affect all the comics. It's going to affect all the trades. It's going to affect all the compendiums and the hardcovers and all that stuff. But it's a series where I would recommend somebody just jumping in, getting it all at once or as much as possible, because I don't think there's any point in there that's really a bad idea for that series, because it is fantastic from beginning to, depends on where you are, but all the way through it's solid. There's a dips here and there like with anything else, but it's not going to be a bad idea to buy that whole thing.
Well, here's the thing.
Astounding Wolfman. Do not buy that.
That's Rafael Miranda, bite your tongue.
Here's the thing about Invincible. Outside of anime, and I struggle to think of a few shows that if they do this right, they're going to match just how violent, and if they don't pull their punches, and how raw and gory Invincible can get. Outside of anime, I'm having a real tough time thinking of animated shows that really go this far. So I think it's going to be a shock to a lot of people, and a lot of people are going to fall in love with this right away.
And that's the thing too, is like most shows where it is like shock and awe and violence, like that's the draw to the show. But I think with Invincible is you're also going to get an incredible story with it. It's not just I'm just here to see people get punched and get their guts ripped out and arms broken off and stuff like that. It's going to be like, oh well, there's this whole entire story and saga. Yes, those are awesome.
Yeah, those are great.
Gio, you have those, don't you?
Yeah, you helped me get one of them.
That's right.
Yep. I need to get the Adam Eve one, the other one, the matching set to match that.
Bloody one?
I have really tall. I have a big Adam Eve.
That's hard to find now. It's not expensive, but it's hard to find.
Yeah, they've never made much merchandise for Invincible. Like those statues are like 2000 when the series come out. So I think it's somewhere around 2005, 2006. Those statues came out.
Yeah. That series was around the same time that Kirkman started doing Walking Dead. So,
are we talking about this one?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This is a really cool one.
They never made any statues, which is insane considering all the action and blood and gore and
all the characters. Like a Battle Beast would be awesome. A Conquest would be incredible.
Oh,
a whole bunch of just like Viltrumites, would be just a badass thing on the
make
show.
a diorama of them fighting.
Yeah. And I mean those action figures that we all have, the bloody ones and stuff like that, they're cool, but they're weak sauce. Like they're not superposable. Like if it falls off the shelf, it's probably going to break. Like it's. But I would like to see some
Yeah,
better quality like figures come out of it too.
that's why I left this in the package, because I think these are very fragile toys.
Yeah.
I think they look better that way, though.
Yeah, the packaging's great. Yeah. They're inexpensive. I think they were like $12 or something. They're nothing too crazy, but $12 you get $12 worth of a figure out of it. But
the series came out in 2002, by the way.
Yeah, I think those statues were
2003.
Like
my bad. Yeah, the first
well,
issue.
Here's a good question. Vice versa, what TV shows, movies wrecked the comic books? Sorry, Gio, but I'm going to have to say that Inhumans travesty of the show. Really,
Gio will admit that.
I saw that on IMAX.
I did too. I was there in theaters day one. I was supporting it, like, oh, let's see what happens. Let's do this. And then I'm like, well, this is weird. Why do they cut Medusa's hair off like in the first 5 minutes of the show? It's not on the moon. Black Bolt is walking around in a suit, trying not to talk to people.
At least Lockjaw looked okay-ish. I like.
Yeah, he looked cool, but man, they had a hard time interacting with that fake CGI character. It's like they were talking to him over here. Like it was really awkward. Yeah.
There's a question here that will lead me into. Can you highlight Chris Verde at 910?
Go up a little bit more.
Oh,
close. Keep going. There we go. Tomorrow, I'm going to post this in the Omnibus group, but tomorrow IST is releasing last week's and this week's just Marvel and DC releases. So,
oh my God.
Omni 4 should be there. It will be there, but it's just, sorry. It's not going to be DC next week. Let me see. Emily sent me an email. I didn't know that we didn't receive our shipment from Lunar this week, so we are only releasing DC titles from last week and Marvel titles from last week and this week. Okay?
So 3 things instead of 4.
So you're going to get Marvel titles from last week and this week, and DC titles from last week.
Thank you, Dave. I knew that was coming.
Yeah, and then that'll give them, because they were all frozen out of the warehouse. They couldn't even get into the parking lot for 5 days.
Oh my God!
So they have to regroup but still serve customers. So any frustration you guys have, think about if your business was frozen over. Think about if your business though was frozen over for a week. So they couldn't get there, and so everything will be back to normal next week. But this week's just what I just said.
We should start a game. What will DC mess up next week?
No Morrison Super Omni tomorrow. That is correct, because that was supposed to be released this week. So you're going to have to wait till next week for Morrison Superman Omni Canadian Invincible comics.
I don't think that's going to sell out, so you'll be fine. I think you'll grab it.
When's the last time a DC book sold out day one?
I
don't mean that like disparagingly. That's a legitimate. Just I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know.
That Jack Kirby episode? Did that sell out day one?
No, that's still available, I think.
I don't. That is a really good question.
Maybe the Grell Green Arrow book.
That was popular, but I don't think it sold out the first day.
Yeah, I think that's still available.
I'm not sure it's still available.
John Byrne, Man of Steel. Oh no, we didn't get that.
That's from an alternate timeline.
Absolute Swamp Thing. No,
I will always be bitter. I will always be bitter at DC for that one, because I was gonna put money down for that, and I haven't bought a book like this in years. I was like, I'm gonna finally buy this.
It's a sign. It was a sign that you shouldn't get it. That you shouldn't buy it. So
Hellblazer Ennis and Green Arrow Grell. I don't think they sold out first day. I waited at least a week to buy my Green Arrow Grell because I talked myself in and out of that for 7 straight days. I know it lasted a week. And I ended up caving and ordering it, and it is now tucked in the very back of my Kallax. Now that's a good point. Gail Simone's Wonder Woman is way out of print. I think it stuck around for a little bit, but yeah, that thing is out of print.
Yeah.
No, not Spectre. Spectre, unfortunately, as awesome as that thing is, it's shelf warming.
Look at Gabe getting on the Spectre wagon. Yes. Right on, man.
Yeah, me and you bought that day one. Like I did a video on it and everything. I love that thing.
That is so great. It surprises me, but it also makes me really happy because that is such a great run of great comics. That's great Silver Age and great Bronze Age. Totally readable.
But did you ever watch that cartoon animated movie yet, Jess?
I have not.
I was just going to ask the same thing.
Okay. I will make a vow that I'm watching. I will make a vow that I don't have anything going on tomorrow except for Costco, and if I don't catch COVID there, I'll come home and watch it.
All right.
Well, you won't know for 2 weeks, but yeah,
You'll be good.
Yeah, you can still watch it.
Oh no, with me, I get sick right away with everything.
Okay.
Remember, it's me. Okay, what is Spectre a movie or one of those shorts collection?
It's a short. Unfortunately, it's a short. It's
Okay.
amazing. I don't want to keep building it up and and ruin it or anything, but yeah.
I'm putting it on my calendar for tomorrow.
Does that one also did that include, because that was on the Shazam Superman movie, which is awesome. Did that also have the Jonah Hex? Was that on have the Jonah Hex one too? Because that Jonah Hex one was great. And there was a Green Arrow one that was in it too. There was like 3 shorts, and they were all back to back to back. Amazing.
There's a Hellblazer, or it's called Constantine. Sit down with a Costco pizza and I ain't sitting down in Costco for anybody. I am in and out of there. Self-check, boom, goodbye.
That pizza's great.
The hot dog is really good for $1.59.
Mm-hmm. Can't beat that stuff at Costco or Sam's Club.
No, the owner of Costco, when he sold it, put it in the contract that they had to keep the hot dog at $1.59 or he wouldn't sell the company.
That's awesome.
So it's going to be $1.59 forever.
Wow.
Jesse Christian, I don't think there's ever going to be a restock of Master of Kung Fu.
Those things are gone.
That's done.
They did one printing and said we're never doing any more.
It's a rights issue.
Yeah.
And that's done.
Yeah, so whole Fu Manchu stuff. It was going to be a same with the Epics. It was a one-time chance to print that stuff.
Yeah. Babylon Shadows. Costco hot dogs kept me alive for a long time.
That's like ramen when you're in college.
Yeah, I remember that. When I first moved to Washington, I had to buy suits, and at a place that's out of business now, and I can't think of the name, Brooks Brothers. I bought 4 suits and was so broke, I ate, it was 2 for $2 Big Macs at the McDonald's near me. And for 3 weeks straight, that's what I had for dinner. 2 for $2.
Oh, I should do that on purpose.
It was $2 was all I had for dinner.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything more.
I remember when the Whoppers were $1 when I was a kid. That was the best. I'd dig in the couch cushions and find a bunch of change to get a Whopper. Now they're like,
Endman 40 says, I thought that but one of the Shang-Chi volumes did get an unannounced reprint a few weeks ago. I thought they couldn't do it.
Interesting.
Was it?
Maybe they snuck one in there.
Or maybe it was extra stock and it wasn't necessarily a reprint. Sometimes that happens.
Okay, this is going to turn into a fast food discussion because Wiener Schnitzel, I remember I used to live off of that place, and it was 3 for $3.33. It was a chili dog, it was a burger, and it was fries. I think I'm going to say it was a drink. No, the drink rounded up to $4, but for like $3, you just get blasted and wasted on Wiener Schnitzel and have nothing but regrets that morning. But still, you got to do what you got to do.
Plasma for alcohol and strippers. Oh. That's awesome. I would be interested in what's going on with Shang-Chi because I was under the impression they could never do it again.
Same.
Like legally.
Same.
So what's that? We should get Omar on the phone right now.
Get him, call him. Bug him.
Should I call him?
Yeah. He'll be pissed off at us, but sure.
I don't need
Probably not the best idea, man.
Okay. He's probably reading his kids a bedtime story.
Yeah. By the way,
Or drinking.
Oh.
If anybody was wondering.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's the only book I hauled. Tekken King Crete, black and white, all-in-one manga. I've heard nothing but great things about this for so many years from Taiyo Matsumoto. Finally caved in and got it. So, yeah. I know virtually zero about this, and I know that even the anime's famous as well, the film. So I'll be reading this soon-ish.
That looks awesome.
But it has a slipcase too, or a slipcover. Sorry.
Oh, is it acetate?
Cool.
Okay, I'll text him and see if he answers my text.
Yeah.
That's beautiful manga. Wow.
What did you guys read anything this week? Well,
I read a lot, but I'm texting Omar right now.
I'm on volume 18 of Dorohedoro, so I'm going through the series, and it's so chaotic and beautiful and gory and just an amazing series. So this is the only thing I've been reading.
I haven't read much or anything really, but in the vein of manga, I've been watching a lot of it. I've been watching a lot of Attack on Titan. I'm trying to catch up.
Yeah.
I think I'm at the end of season 3, going into season 4, and it is nothing but reveal after reveal after reveal after just the craziest stuff going on in that. I don't know how far I have left. I know it's coming towards an end. I think it's winding down. I don't know where I'm at in that string of things, but there's too much going on in that anime. It's too much. I love it.
Yeah.
So did you find volume? Wow, season 3 is a lot stronger than 2 because I fell off at season 2.
I think season 3 just because there's a lot more like reveals. Like this is really where you get like the answers about this and some of the Titans history and what's going on with this character and that character and the king and like all this kind of stuff. Yep. The animation is really awkward in this season though. Like they really skimped out on the animation. It looks great, but it's literally like nobody moves and it's like just the background and then like they're riding horses and it's literally you can just see it's probably just some kid shaking the cell. Like that's all it is. Like there's really no like inward like motion when they're moving. Like it's really just stiff action. Like there's really no like flow. It's weird, but whatever. It's I'm there for the story. I'm there to see people get eaten. I'm there to see Titans punch each other. I'm there to see just Titans break through walls and eat people. Like that's what I'm there for.
Cool.
Omar says,
Tell him that we love him.
Don't bother me right
now. Messing up his schedule.
I think once they are gone, they are gone. Licensing. He said, hence no reprint of What If 16 in the What If books, only in Master of Kung Fu. Also, he says, I don't know, I haven't checked. Because I said, some chatters are saying it showed up in previews. He's going to triple check. And I'm just kidding. Hey, Man 40, you're totally cool. I'm just teasing.
What that probably was a restock. They probably found some books that they still had and they sent them out.
But I think this is an excellent question, and it shows the power of Omnibros that we can get the answer for. Oh, did that show his number? Okay, no.
That would be
Omar,
Here's
Omar-
Omar's phone number.
Time to take this video down.
really.
he loves it when you text him at 3 a.m. asking him kind of questions.
Asking for reprints.
Omar, do you know when this is going to be reprinted? Like, could you check David Gabriel and ask him if I can get a reprint of X-Men Volume 1?
I think that sounds exactly what he gets asked. Like in that tone.
Yeah.
I read.
Happy birthday, Omar! But can you check David Gabriel and see if we can get some more Shang-Chi?
FOMAR.
That's a good one.
That we have to remember that. That's a great one. The uncanny FOMAR.
There you go.
For the
That
FOMO
bastard.
and for the ALF.
Look at that.
Nice icon promised one. Gotta love the FF love, and it's Dale Keown too.
Where's the Captain Britain reprint? So
That was announced, wasn't it?
Okay. No reprints, but it's never been out of print. Just some of the direct market covers have been out of print. They have a shit ton of standard, like over 1,000. So it's still in print.
There you go.
Well, once those are out of print, that's it.
So buy it now. If you really want it, get it now while you can.
Even if it's not the cool DM cover, if you want it now, I'm telling you, whatever preview says is not right. I mean, this is Omar.
Well, they resolicited to try and get rid of that stock. It's probably what. It is.
That's probably exactly it.
And to be honest, those stories are well worth the purchase. They're great reads. They're so much fun.
I have the
They
Epic.
really
collection.
are.
I'm in for the Epic collection because that's exactly what I was looking for. Just something to try. Again, I never read it, so I wasn't going to drop $100 or whatever on the Omni. So I got the $40 Epic. So I'm good with that.
Frowman, we're talking about Astounding Wolfman. Buy it now.
Don't listen to him from.
Pick that up right away.
Shang-Chi. In my humble opinion,
or Shang-Chi.
growing up reading both, I liked Shang-Chi better, but Richard Dragon is cool.
I've never heard of Richard Dragon. If that's backwards and shortened, it's Dragon Dick. No?
Kind
I appreciate that joke. Don't worry.
had to work for that one.
He's gonna get Wolfman.
Yeah, Munchkin Galassi did some great stuff. I love the artwork in that stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
good. This Jim Starlin. I think that was early Jim Starlin artwork too. Was there? What's his name? Who's the guy that wrote all the G.I. Joe stuff? Larry Hama. I think some of his early work was in Shang-Chi too.
It's great.
And
It's
I
all,
think
it's
he
all good.
had an issue with the Japanese or the Chinese like stereotypes or whatever kind of things were going on in there.
Yeah, but that you have to have the context of what the time was. That stuff is all gold for me. I loved all that stuff when I read it.
Well, it's like the Muppet Show. I guess they're putting warnings at the beginning of some of those episodes.
Yeah, it's
What? Oh, why? Because they make jokes or something that are.
they can be deemed a little offensive, basically. So they put a warning saying, "Hey, some of the jokes in here might be a little offensive." No big deal. They didn't censor anything out except I think they cut out a few things with music because they don't have the licenses for that stuff. But outside of that, the episodes are still intact. They haven't been touched.
That was a staple growing up in my house. My mother and father loved that show.
Mhm.
I loved that show too. So I'm happy to watch that on Disney Plus. Really happy. Gio, do you always make your bed so perfectly, or is it only for YouTube?
I replied both.
Oh, you did.
Well, good for you, man. That's the first part of your day that you've accomplished something is making your bed. If you do it when you wake up, I guess.
Yep. By the way, this was shared today.
Dude, I love this background.
Yeah. And I apparently promised Taylor Brown that I would sell him my trades of Soul and my hardcover of Snyder. So I'm getting this. I don't remember that.
It's a great run, but I hate that cover. I hate it.
I loved how you posted the picture of his teeth. I thought it was so perfect.
What about the leaves coming out of his armpits? Like he just needs to just
look at those perfect teeth. I mean, he's had braces.
Also,
why? How else did he? Well, he was in the movie. He was getting it on with some hot chick, and perfect teeth help in that department.
That's right. When we first met you, you had braces.
That's right.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Also, I don't get this. The New 52 Omnibus, all clean and stuff, and then here, cursive lettering. Why?
The New 252 Omnibus?
Now the millennials won't be able to read this because it's in cursive.
And then look at over here at the top. It's not. I don't know. This is a weirdly put together omnibus.
That can't bother you.
Sorry. Okay.
You'd be
I'm
surprised.
not allowing it to bother you.
But it's a great run, and everybody should get this book. It's fantastic. I mean, the Charles Soule stuff, that was really good.
Does this tie in?
That was good.
Does this have the Animal Man issues where they tie in with the red and the green?
It should. I think it should. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it has everything. So all 52 issues plus the 0 issue.
Wait, that's the entire thing?
All the New 52 Swamp Thing.
Oh, F that noise. I don't need some big ass omnibus like that. No. Give me 2. Break
No,
that down.
Snyder and Snow wrote, it's good.
Snyder's is okay. Souls is much better than Snyder on this.
I agree with that. I think they're both worth reading, though.
It's beautiful art by Yannick Paquette, Snyder's run.
Also, a lot of people keep wondering, oh, why is this being made into an omnibus and not this other thing? It is clear that DC wants to put out all the New 52 stuff because it's accessible for new readers to check out New 52 stuff. That's the plan. That's why we got the what do you call it? The Outlaws.
Yeah.
All the other crappy crap that they've been putting out.
And you really are asking for logic from a company that right now that is probably crazier than a rainbow trout in a car wash, as far as whatever they've got going on over there. So they're just throwing darts at the wall right now, man.
I think they want to print that stuff because of the nature of the New 52.
It's exactly what you said, Gio. It's the last real accessible entry point that they've had.
Yeah.
And that was like their biggest gamble, their biggest payoff. Like that really, a lot of generations you could pinpoint like that issue or that comic or that era where that really introduced people into comics. Like Secret Wars in the 80s was that for a lot of people. And then if the New 52, that brought a lot of people back into comics that have been out of comics for a while. That brought new readers in, like hardcore for the very, very first time. And it was a great send-off, and it was a great start, and it went well for a while. And it eventually got off continuity heavy, and things happened, and changes were made, and things like that. But it was the last really great accessible entry point for all of DC in general. And then the whole Pandora stuff fell through, and you're like, oh, come on.
Oh man, remember Pandora? Remember her?
Yeah. Oh, who's this mysterious girl like in the background of every single #1 issue that was released? Oh, is it Zealot? That'd be really badass if it was Zealot. Oh, it's someone named Pandora, and then she gets involved with the stranger, and then nothing happens, and it just really just kind of just.
They revealed it in her series in the 3rd issue, and the mystery was gone, and that's it.
Yeah.
It landed like a wet fart.
You're getting compliments for your rainbow trout in a car wash comment, but I still think the best comment, you haven't used it in a long time, is that she aged like milk. That is a classic.
Oh my God.
Like back when we started, and I've never forgotten it. oof, she aged like milk. And I was like, oh, that's really funny.
What do y'all think will come out first, Snyder New 52 Volume 2 or a Man of Steel Omnibus?
No, that Man of Steel is never going to come out. If they would have done it, they had their chance. Like they had an opening. They had the exact chance to just slam dunk that, and they totally bricked it.
Yeah, and that's one of if you watch Saturday's Batterdays in the Batcave from Omnidog's Vault with Taylor Brown, Snyder Volume 2, Batman is one of our complaints because we think it's been orphaned. I think you're just getting Volume 1, and they're not going to do Volume 2. That's why I never bought. Yep, that's why I never bought it.
I actually agree with you on that, Jess. I think it's a one-off.
And that's why I didn't buy it. I kept my hardcovers, and that is a huge mistake on their part. And it's DC. I don't know what to say.
I might just go and just get the Court of Owls Absolute and just be happy with that.
Well, here's the thing. They didn't strike when the iron was hot on Snyder. They really didn't. If you notice what Marvel's doing with Donny Cates, they are striking right now.
Yeah.
Donny Cates is a hot commodity. Probably the best comic book writer that everybody's talking about right now.
Same with Jason Aaron stuff. They're hard covering all that.
Same with Jason Aaron stuff. They are really and God, I don't like we joke on DC a lot, but it's because it's easy at this point because we're seeing a lot of the flaws they're making, but it was a slam dunk omnibus. Why did it take them almost 3-4 years after the run was done to put out one New 52 Batman omnibus with Greg Capullo and Scott Snyder? It was a given when that run was finished. That should have went straight to the printers real quick.
That should have been the first New 52 omnibus that they put out, not freaking not Deathstroke, not Red Hood. Yeah, none of that nonsense. It should have 100% been Batman. That should be an evergreen title, and the second one should have came out. That damn Jack Kirby Absolute should already had a second volume solicited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like, that's getting me a little weary. It's been 7-8 months, maybe a little bit longer. No, it was before the pandemic, I think.
I think it was.
No, it was July, because that was one of the last things I bought from Torpedo before I quit. So that was like in July, but still, it's been close to a year, and we haven't had a second one yet. Like, come on, like that is Jack Kirby fourth row. That is the greatest thing that Kirby has contributed to DC. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and they should have put out a metal omnibus, because that's another complaint that we had on Saturday, that it was put out in 3 different formats.
Ridiculous.
Deluxe, standard, trade paperback.
Yeah.
Which leads me, of course, to Justice League New 52's formatting. I could do a whole show on that.
The Justice League should have been one of the first 52 omnibuses released as well.
Totally agree.
It should have been there. The whole run should have been in an Omni format by now. It should have been, again, it's Jeff Johns, who is one of DC's pinnacle and seminal writers that they've ever really had. Jim Lee, who's one of the greatest artists in comics that we've ever had, who is also, the co-publisher and is like the biggest draw that they had with DC. They bought his company. They didn't buy Wildstorm for Wildcats, which is stupid, but they really bought it for Jim Lee. And that stuff is not being fleshed out on a regular basis.
I mean, the easy titles that they should have been pumping out omnibuses were from that era were Justice League, Batman, Wonder Woman. Those are your 3. And they should have been the first ones come out. And what was it?
What came out?
It was for me the big 3 they should have put out like right away. Okay, New 52 is done. All these runs are collected. Justice League, Batman, Wonder Woman. Let's get these out real quick. Aquaman after that.
Wonder Woman did get absolutes right away.
Was it right away?
It was pretty. I think it was before the Omnis for Red Hood in Terminator.
Yeah, they did the absolutes.
You're not wrong.
Right after the absolutes, they announced the Omni. Almost.
It was
very close to those releases.
Was that was Jimmy Chung, right? That was on art on that?
No, that is Clip Chang.
Clip Chang.
And
Beautiful.
That is so racist.
I know. I know.
I finally got to say it.
Beautiful art by Cliff Chang on that whole run, though.
Yeah. Does everyone do coke in the meetings at DC? No, they should, and things would probably get organized. They'd be getting things done. You'd have 100 Omnis out by now.
And then some of the lesser known stuff, but it's still like big time fan favorites, need some love. Demon Knights, All-Star Western.
Oh my God, Demon Knights. Fuck yes.
All-Star Western, yeah.
I Vampire.
Yep. I Vampire got shit on because of the first cover that came out and it looked like a Twilight book. That book is not what it looks like.
That book is dark. Joshua Hale Fialkov it murdered that book. He really brought something, and it wasn't really tied into the rest of the DC universe. Like it wasn't. I think later on they did, because they did that a lot to kind of boost up sales. Is I think they dropped like a Batman hint in it. They did the same thing with All-Star Western, where it took place in like old timey Gotham City, but it wasn't a big deal. There was no Batman nonsense in it or anything like that. But they had these little Batman kind of mentions to kind of get a little bit more attention on it. But it really wasn't like coerced and tied and messed up with the rest of the New 52 stuff. That was some great stuff. What was the Frankenstein book? That was another one.
Agent of Shade.
Yes.
That was great too.
No, that came out. That was one of the few Flashpoint miniseries that was awesome as hell too. Yeah. Doug Mahnke does an awesome Frankenstein. Like that is great.
I think you could get all those three into like one Dark Universe omnibus or something.
Ooh, like that. Yeah.
That'd be a fun one.
They're all issues of those. I mean, trades of those. Each individual series are out of print, so you could get like one of them, but because they each had 3 trades, I think Frankenstein, I Vampire, and Demon Knights.
Yeah,
and those are hard to find. What else besides Batman? And then we'll get to previews. What else besides Snyder's Batman? You said Wonder Woman, and wait, what was the second one you said?
Justice League.
Right. What?
Rob Liefeld's Hawkman and Grifter. And no, I'm kidding.
No, those are awful. What are 2 more that they should have really put out right away?
OMAC.
No, come on.
That was only 8 issues, unfortunately. God, I'm trying to think of the New 52 title books now. Jesus.
Frankenstein, Agents of Shade. That was actually pretty good. That was Jeff Lemire.
It was great.
Yeah, it was Jeff Lemire.
Yeah.
Justice League Dark should be an omnibus.
And Animal Man.
It did get an omnibus.
Yeah, Jeff Lemire's Animal Man did, but
I think Justice League Dark would have been my favorite.
That should get an absolute or a series of absolutes. That Animal Man, because that art by Travel Foreman, I think was the artist on that. Beautiful.
Oh, Red Lanterns, that's a good one. Batwoman never really finished, so I think I'll stay with Red Lanterns as my choice.
Isn't that supposed to come out this year? The Batwoman omnibus?
No, it's been pushed to
next year.
Almost never. It's like March of next year.
I think it's canceled. Oh no, but that's looking at Diamond. I'm sorry, Diamond doesn't have it in there anymore. Never mind. Might as well be canceled.
I'm loving this DC slant.
What about Catwoman? I love that Catwoman run with the Gillian Marsh covers and Judd Winnick writing it. That was good stuff.
I remember when that came out.
And it got really good when she was in charge of the crime family.
Yeah. Here's what's weird. One of the first New 52, I think this might have been like a second wave New 52, but Grayson, and that's been reprinted.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we're not trying to be nice. We're trying to slander.
Trying to be real.
Yeah. What else did they drop the ball on?
Do you remember those hardcover editions of Starman?
Oh,
I meant New 52, but yeah, we can do that.
New 52. Green Lantern should have had Omnis.
Green Arrow was great.
I agree.
The Jeff Lemire Green Arrow run, yeah.
It got a hardcover, an oversized hardcover, Jeff Lemire's Green Arrow.
Absolute. Would have been nice.
I mean, I know I was talking about how that was like one of the better entry points, but not for Superman. That Action Comics and that Superman series was really rough.
Yeah.
That was not the best of Morrison that we've seen.
I know it's coming out this week, but man, that was hard to really get into.
Not coming out this week, just so you know.
It releases this week. It just isn't getting to certain spots.
Right.
Go ahead. I like the Action Comic stuff just for the multiverse aspect with Earth 23 and Black Superman and all that stuff. I loved it and how it connects to multiversity. But everything else about that Action Comics run, it's all right.
Yeah. And that was my biggest disappointment because they had him underpowered and kept in a cell in Flashpoint.
Yeah.
And if they had just gone from there, that would have been a great run. Taking this underpowered kid and bringing him into the sun, and instead we get him grown up. And it could have been so much more if they had taken it right from Flashpoint.
Yeah.
I politely disagree with Smotlock that Action Comics is Morrison's biggest failure.
No, there's a lot more that he whiffed on.
There's some titles out there, man, that you need to check out.
I think Nameless is, for me, I just couldn't.
And if you ever try to read Invisibles sober, good luck.
You have to have the compendium downloaded to read Invisibles or the Filth.
That was a difficult one for me. Yeah, I remember just going, "What the hell happened?" I was reading that in singles, and I just kept forgetting what happened every single time I read it. It's like there was a spell that every time I read it, I forgot what happened immediately after I finished the book.
No, you could read the collected edition like that, and you wouldn't know what was going on.
This is much later in the run, but it's one of the greatest DC books that ever come out. It's one of my favorite things. It's Gotham Academy, and it never got anything other than trade paperback releases.
And
I talked to Jim Lee about that, and he said that's like one of their biggest digital sellers was Gotham Academy. So
you got me into that, and I have always appreciated that. That book was fun.
It's a fun read.
I love that book so much.
I'm seeing Mr. Awesome's comment on Team 7. Another series I wanted was Amethyst, like a hardcover for that. I really like that series.
They did a Team 7 book in the New 52?
She had 8 issues or something like that. I think it would have been cool to have a cool oversized hardcover for that.
Okay, because I was thinking of the old Image Comics Team 7, which was Death
Team
Blow.
7. There was there were a couple of mini series that didn't last long and only had 8 issues.
Oh, you know what's fantastic? Was the first 12 issues or the first kind of real reset of that Superboy series from New 52
with Jeff Lemire,
where he was a bad guy, where he was kind of a villainy shitty kid.
Not
the Jeff Lemire. The Jeff Lemire one was before they did the New 52. And that was awesome. Where he had the tucked in shirt and he was going to school and stuff.
Yes, that was fantastic with the Poison Ivy. I love that miniseries.
Yeah, the stranger shows up in it too and stuff. Yeah. But they did the New 52 where it was, I think it's I forget what it was, but they find him in a capsule in the ground or something like that, and he's a weapon that they're trying to not be a weapon, but he's this evil kid. I'm really forgetting. I might be just making stuff up and thinking of the cartoon, but I just remember falling in love with that Superboy series. I want to go back and reread that now.
What do you remember? Who wrote that?
Let me look it up.
Is it collected? Because it
was. But then they reset it and made him normal Superboy again. Why is that? Why did I not see it on Wikipedia? This is crazy.
That New 52 Superboy was a mess because they had his story and then they tried to get the real Superboy. And then the Titans version. It was 3 different Superboys at the same time.
Oh my gosh. Was it Lebdell?
No.
I remember Justin Jordan took over the book at one point for Superboy because I was reading it in singles, but I don't.
Yeah, so volume 1 is called Incubation, and I'm looking at it on Amazon.
And I love his Tron suit for Superboy. I love that one.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people hate it, but I liked it.
Short
we got off on a tangent. This is amazing. I love all this. I'm gonna share this Amazon screen real quick.
Yeah, Lemire's Teen Titans was Earth One was not my favorite. Jeff,
I'll be back in 1 second, guys.
This series, this was so good. If this would ever load up.
Yeah,
it was Scott Liddell and RB Silva. That's right.
That's right. That's like the only other thing I like by Scott Liddell besides the first 3 trades of Red Hood and the Outlaws.
Yeah, this is great. This is I just remember, again, I can't remember the exact details of it, but I just remember going like, wow, yeah, he was part of Project Nowhere. That's right. Yeah, they find him in a lab with Project Nowhere. Exactly. So, man, that was really, because that also kind of, I got it confused with, because that's how it was with Young Justice, where they found him in Katniss in Young Justice and stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good stuff, man. Those first like 12 issues or whatever were just, and then they reset it and they made him like normal Superboy again. I was like, that's just crap. I don't care.
Also, I read Teen Titans from Liddell. That was terrible, but it had amazing artwork. I would want to read an oversized version of that. I'd love Brett Booth on Teen Titans.
Yeah, I remember all this stuff. I was really into this. I was really hoping. I was really latching on to the good old Wildstorm nostalgia. Voodoo, Team 7, and Grifter having this series. It was all right. It was all right. Now you can't have Voodoo not be a stripper. Like, come on.
With the Godsmack song.
Yeah, with the puff with the weird like tethers off of her clothes and like the puffy furry like boots she was going on. Hot.
I like Batman and Robin Eternal. That's Jesse Christian says agrees with me on that.
That's a cool one.
It's better than Batman Eternal.
Yeah,
Batman and Robin Eternal was just two dinky little trades.
Like, here's the thing, 100%. I'm there with a fear reader of X. Absolute top 10 is literally just printing money DC is sitting on. All that like Wildstorm stuff, all that ABC stuff that they have the rights to because they bought out Wildstorm, they bought out Jim Lee. It's literally a sin. Like, they need to really go to church or do something. They need an old priest and a young priest to help out that company. Because they need to be putting out
The Exorcist.
Yes, they need to be putting out all that Wildstorm stuff that they had access to. I mean, luckily we got the planetary, but like stuff like Gen 13, which may or may not be coming out. Yeah. All that ABC stuff, Tom Strong, Stories of Tomorrow, Top 10, like all that stuff.
IQ, where's the damn Astro City Omnibus?
Yes.
Where is that?
Where's the Astro City? Anything.
Yeah.
I just have the standard hardcovers. That's all I've ever gotten.
Astro City is a fucking classic that most people today have no clue what it is or have read. It's a classic.
Yeah. And Kurt Busiek's been doing that for 20 plus years.
And he comes back to it every like 5 or 10 years to do another miniseries, and it's always fucking great.
Yep. 100%.
Okay, so the New 52 Stormwatch series. I'm trying to remember that because that was led by Martian Manhunter, wasn't it? They had Apollo and that in there, but I remember. I think I liked it. I'm trying to remember, but again, I think at one point they took out all the like Wildstorm characters and they just cornered them, and it became all just regular DC characters as Wildstorm. And I was like, who cares? This is stupid.
I'm exhausted.
Like, that's the cover for Stormwatch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think I remember liking the first part of Stormwatch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, until they took out all the cool characters.
Yeah.
They put other like lesser known DC characters in it. And it was like
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, totally.
Yeah.
Earth 2 Omnibus? Yes, please. I'd read that. I'd get that. I love Earth 2.
Guys.
That was good.
Can I
I mean,
just say,
right off the bat, this isn't a spoiler. First issue, Trinity gone completely. How do you follow up with that? That was awesome.
so good. It was so it caught everybody off guard with that first issue where they kill off the big three in the first issue, and you're like, where the hell is this going now?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And it kept great. It was great. The whole thing was great. And I remember the backlash that book got because Green Lantern was gay in that book, and everybody was flipping their lips.
Oh yeah, that's right. Alan Scott. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was such friggin' great read, and they explored that character so well in that series.
There's so much stuff. Like somebody mentioned Power Girl. That Amanda Connor Power Girl, that should be a hardcover. That should be like a premium format series.
Those Power Girl books are too hard to find.
They are pricey. Same with those Zatannas that Adam Hughes covers.
Yeah.
Impossible to find. I mean, you can find them, but they're like $80 books or something like that. And my head is really shiny, but whatever.
Earth 2 was James Robinson and Tom Taylor as well at some point.
Tom Taylor, who responded to my Instagram post about him. Shout out.
Nice.
Have you read the Tom Taylor Constantine yet, Jess?
No, that's Black Label or whatever, right?
I want to get that for the Derek Robertson art so bad. I wanted to check that out.
Have you read that, Lou?
No, but I have to say thank you because I started the Spurrier Constantine Hellblazer stuff today.
And?
Fucking great.
Yes.
It's so good. It is so much fun. I loved it. I read the first issue, which I think was basically like a one-shot setting up the series going forward. I read that, and then I read the first issue. Oh my god, is it so fucking good?
Yes. I feel confident recommending it to you.
It is so good. Right off the bat, John is a bastard.
Yeah.
And it's perfect. Cy Spurrier has his voice down to a T. It is John Constantine back like you know him from the Vertigo days before they neutered the character in New 52. They gave him his balls back, and he is so great in that series. He's fantastic. I love it. I'm 3 issues in, and I can't put it down. Absolutely great.
I am so pleased. I really am happy that you love it that much because I felt the exact same way that it like picks up almost from issue 300 of the Vertigo series, and you can forget everything else in between.
It really does. So it almost feels like a continuation of that Vertigo series because they do something with the John character, and you know me, I don't do spoilers, but they do something with the character that makes you go, okay, so this is technically John, but it might not be the John that we know, and they run with it, and it's so fucking good. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm confident Tom Taylor kind of keeps up the pace because Taylor's been the breakout guy for me last year with his Suicide Squad run and a lot of his other stuff that I'm just getting into. But he's great. Cy Spurrier's so good on this.
Cy Spurrier, he is a great guy. When Taylor and I interviewed him, he was so excited about Hellblazer, or Constantine rather, and was just, I mean, he was practically giddy for a Brit, you know? I mean, they don't get very excited, but he was really, really happy. Yeah, I bet he is incredibly unhappy because he was so delighted that he was getting to write it. That was one of our best interviews. He was so great.
He's great. He absolutely nails the voice of John Constantine more so than I've in absolutely years that I've seen the character. Because I think in the New 52 they made it so he doesn't smoke and he chews bubblegum or some stupid shit like that.
They've rebooted him 3 or 4 times and it's never been good. Never. And this is the best we've had since Vertigo. Easily.
Also, Jess, who is my least favorite? I guess I'm doing reads. Who's my least favorite writer right now?
Kelly Sue.
Who's my second least favorite writer right now?
Damn it.
Mr. Kelly Sue.
Mr. Kelly Sue.
Nailed it.
But he wrote a great Jimmy Olsen. That Jimmy Olsen book is awesome.
It's good. I'm reading it right now. I started it. It's good.
That was one of my top books of last year. I love that book.
It's fun. I can't believe I'm saying it. Matt Fraction wrote a good series that I'm enjoying. Jimmy Olsen's a really good book.
It really is. It really is.
It's hilarious. It's genuinely really funny. And and
there's so many Easter eggs if you're into it for the Silver Age stuff. I mean, it's a big Easter egg for the Silver Age, but it's super fun and super funny.
Lieber's art on it is gorgeous.
Yeah,
he crushed it. It's so beautiful, and I like Matt Fraction's writing on this. It's actually really good, and his timing with comedy is very good on this. There's some genuinely really hilarious moments. I really like the whole bit of basically him playing cards or magic tricks with Superman, and Superman's like, "Is this your card?" He's like, "No." Oh. It's really good. He's got Jimmy Olsen's voice down really well. I like it.
Taylor and I both agreed that there were genuine laugh out loud moments in that book. That doesn't happen often when you're reading a comic book that you laugh out loud. That book is so funny.
I'm halfway through it right now and absolutely in love with it. And I will give Fraction his credit. A broken clock is right twice a day, and he did a good job on this. I haven't liked this stuff since Hawkeye, and this was really good.
He does a great job in that book. I love that book. And it's 10 o'clock, and we haven't done previews yet.
Now, we went on some great
This
tangents.
is
what it's all about. We're still sitting at almost 200 people.
Oh, okay. Well, you want to hear us keep talking? I don't care. We can do whatever you want.
It's I need to get ready to go.
Okay. Well, let me at least do IST's second plug because I have a feeling these previews are going to be really short since it's just Marvel, and one of DC. So InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. This coming Thursday, which is the day after tomorrow, we'll be giving away a $50 gift card to InStockTrades.com to a lucky viewer like you. Not you, Chad Omnidog, but somebody else that's not named Chad Omnidog. $50 or more in an order in the United States gets you free shipping, which is going to be important with all these books that are coming out. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. And what do you mean, man? I read all these books this week. I just didn't talk about them. I read all these books this week.
Man, you're really going on a Peter Panzerfaust tear.
I read it all. It was great. Really great. Peter Panzerfaust was great. I'm teasing you, Chad Omnidog.
Everyone should go read.
Galaxy was great.
Ooh. Everyone should read Venom King in Black #4. The big reveal was awesome.
Oh yeah. I have that first appearance, dude.
Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Fantastic. That's what Tom Taylor wrote me back about.
You are going to make so much money, Gabe.
Yeah. I know what's up.
Peter Panzerfaust. 1 hardcover and 3 trades. Fabulous. Awesome. I had a great week of reading.
So previews?
Yes.
Sure.
All right. I was loading it up. All right. So here we go.
Well, it's only going to be last week's DC, this week's and Marvel, and this week's Marvel that IST is releasing.
Right. Yeah. So you can still find the stuff, local comic book stores, other places where you might be able to buy your books and stuff as well. So there's some good stuff going out this week. This is unexpectedly, there's some stuff in here that's all me that I can't wait to talk to you guys about. Image Comics, starting it off the gate. I know, Jess, you already have this, but I need to pick up this Complete Darkness hardcover volume 1.
It's really boss.
Dude, I love this stuff, reading it as a kid. And then, of course, with my 90s comics kick coming back in, this is essential stuff. I want to go back and get some of the issues, too. But
see, you and I agree on a 90s comic.
Yes, sir. We should talk about this.
I like a lot of Wildstorm stuff. from the 90s too.
Yep. This is all wonderful, good stuff. That Wildstorm stuff is great. That's what I was saying. A lot of that stuff DC needs to put out because it was really, really good. And I think a new generation of readers can really get into it. So there's a hardcover for that. There's a trade paperback of that coming out as well. I'd spend the extra $20 and get the hardcover. For
this isn't. These are single issues too.
No.
Why does it say crossover?
Maybe it is. I'm sorry. This might be a little bit shorter than I thought. Then. Department of Truth. That's getting optioned and is really, if you're talking about comic book market stuff, is really blowing up on the comic market right now.
Thank you. I have a bunch of copies of #1 in different formats.
That is my choice for reference. That is my choice for the Golden Kirkman last year.
Oh, you didn't like this?
I hate it.
That's right.
That is my Golden Kirkman of last year. I hated this book.
But it's James Tynion, right? Who wrote Something's Killing the Children, and you went into this really expecting to love it.
I did, and it pains me to say that was the worst thing I read last year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I haven't read it at all.
And that's coming from a guy that just read some Matt Fraction stuff.
I know. I know. Matt Fraction wrote a better book than James Tynion last year.
Who are you and what'd you do with Lou? This is like Stepford Wife or something. November hardcover volume 4. And again, another awesome compendium. Spawn compendium. This is 1 through 50, I believe.
Yeah, wait a minute. November is by Matt Fraction, and you looped me into getting all those.
Because it's good. It's November is the closest thing we've had to Darwin Cook. It's not as good as Darwin Cook. So slow down in the chat. I know where that's going. It's nowhere near Darwin Cook's level. Okay, but it's the closest thing we've had to like a Darwin Cook Parker book since Darwin Cook passed.
Wow.
Yeah, it's good. It's very good. First volume, like I said, not that great. Second volume ties everything together. You get more context for everything that's going on.
All right. So who's picking up the Spawn book with me? Anybody? The chat? Who's showing some love for Spawn? No. All right. I still want to know if they're going to have the Neil Gaiman issues in here.
Sure.
I know. Oh, so sad.
Sure.
So sad. And then Written in Blood. Cool title. I have no idea what it is though.
Write it in blood.
And IDW, we got they got killer stuff coming out this week. From Hell Master Edition.
We need another version of that book.
Oh my gosh.
That's a hard book to read for some reason for me. I had a hard time going through it. So it's very Alan Moore text heavy, and the art is really black and white and sketch and scratchy. It's a really scratchy art.
If you get the book that comes with the notes, there's a slipcase a box set that comes with notes that explains everything.
Yeah,
maybe that's what you need.
Or you could just watch a Johnny Depp movie.
There you go.
Right?
That's comic book Benadryl for me.
And then, of course, here's the thing I've been talking about for the longest time: Jim Lee's X-Men Artist Edition is finally coming out. I got a copy on reserve. This is going to happen. $150 is going to hurt, but it is what it is.
That's a thing of beauty.
It is
Even
gorgeous.
I read these books.
Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. I can't wait to do my video on this.
There really was nobody like Jim Lee since or before that time.
Yeah, he's definitely cut from a different cloth. I mean, there's a lot of like John Byrne, working in his lines. There's a lot of Frank Miller. There's a lot of influence in there, but that influence created this ingredients of just this amazing artist that has just helped influence future generations of artists. So, and to see his stuff in his original artwork in full color, full page scans is going to be a thing of beauty.
Wait, what does this include?
This is it doesn't show what's in here.
Oh, okay.
I Jim Lee did a video on it already on his Twitch, and it's a lot of his run. It's like from 254 on. It has This is going to have like the 5-page full pullout. It's going to have a 5-page pullout. This is the connecting covers to X-Men #1. A bunch of little pieces of art in there, covers, interior, just stuff that it's unobtainable. It's this kind of stuff that no one will ever see or hold or be able to own. This cover here for X-Men 268 recently sold at Heritage for like $300,000 or something like that. So,
well, the original art.
Yeah, this is all original art. It's all colored scans of the original art. The whole book.
I mean, that's what just sold for that much money. The original cover art.
That's
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's my pick of the week. Absolutely, that is a thing of beauty, and you should 100%, if you can, you should pick this up if you're a fan of this era. It's beautiful.
And speaking of being a fan of an era of comic book art, this Marvel art of the Brothers Hildebrandt. I love the trading cards that they did for this. When they were doing this X-Men, or they were doing this Marvel trading cards, I love their poppy color. I love just the colors they use and their paint style, and their twin brothers who worked side by side doing this art. Really cool. So I'm really interested in this too. This is just a crazy week of art books and stuff that I want to grab. And then Transformers. All right, moving on.
People like Transformers.
I know. Transformers hardcover volume 3 all fall down. like toy soldiers. Marvel this week. Sam Wilson, Captain America. And then we got Conan, trade paperback Exodus and Other Tales. Miles Morales volume 4 Ultimatum, which is the evil Miles Morales. Howard the Duck. I thought Howard the Duck came out already. It was like the 300th masterwork.
One of the covers.
Just one of the covers. So these are the other two.
Now you're getting the other two.
Oh, I see. It says 300 down here. All right. And Spider-Man trade paperback Bloodline from Chip Kid DM variant.
That's the Abrams kid that wrote that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, here's the stuff.
I've heard nothing but terrible things about that book.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I've heard it's horrible.
That has good art though. Pichelli is worked on that.
Damn it.
So you have to look at it now, don't you?
Yeah, it is Sarah Pichelli. Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to get it now.
This might be a contender for the Golden Kirkman next year.
You have to read it though to make it a Golden Kirkman. You can't just say it. You have to read it.
You can't just get the honorary Golden Kirkman. You have to earn it.
Yeah.
Through pain and suffering.
Oh, Jess, if you need a book to pour root beer on, that's bad.
This sounds like a challenge, Jess. You up for this?
Oh, for us to both read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well, challenge accepted.
View it on a Thursday show.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll pick it up digitally, and we can review it on Thursday.
Sounds
You want to
good.
do that?
Yeah, sounds good.
What's it called again? Spider-Man Crap Fest? What is it?
Bloodline.
Bloodline. All right.
Dynamite. It's got your typical Dynamite stuff of Red Sonja and Vampirella.
Nice. Those are two good books.
Boom Studios this week. Oh, Faithless. I didn't realize Faithless was still coming out. Faithless 2 trade paperback.
Trigonosis, it's all on MU. Sorry, Gabe. Sorry, Gabe. The Spider-Man is on MU.
Oh, it's done. We're reading this week.
Okay, yeah.
No money needed.
Yeah, I will definitely read it then, but I'm not pouring root beer on my iPad.
You might want to after it's done.
You might just pour root beer all over your router and your modem at that point.
Those would be cheaper to replace.
They just show up. I have no clue what happened when the cable company shows up.
This root beer just somehow got tipped over.
No clue.
Okay, so here's the back half of stuff. See what kind of cool stuff you can discover through here.
A lot of people like Topi, collected Topi.
Oh, Topi here? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's a big book for a lot of our European fans. And American fans, South American fans, Malaysian fans.
Oh, the Legacy of Mandrake the Magician.
That's a cool cover.
That is the first time those sentences and those words have
Well, Gabe, you have to announce this the next one next to it.
Grumble?
No, other side.
Goon, man.
No.
Elric?
Who wrote it? God, you're making me work.
No idea.
Moorcock. I'm trying.
I don't get it. What Moorcock? Michael Moorcock? Is this good?
You're beating on me now.
Beating on Moorcock?
I should have never gone. Why did I go down that road?
Oh, that's set up.
But the Goon, that's a good way to get the Goon.
Yeah, Goon Volume 4 Omnibus. Forget getting those library editions that keep falling out of print and rising in price.
Goon is a must read.
Yes.
Everyone, you really need to read it.
Or just get the Satan Sodomy Baby and just
Oh God.
Which I have 2 copies of.
Yes.
And Volume 2.
I got Volume 2. I found out in my boxes yesterday.
It's not as good as Volume 1.
No, Volume 1 has that huge disclaimer about it. How if you're offended by hillbilly jokes and inbreeding and weird stuff like that, then you shouldn't read it. Yeah.
And it comes in a black plastic wrapper.
Yeah. Never been reprinted. And this is the same one in the Omnis. I'm not sure, but I know they never did like a second printing of the book, and it's been out forever.
Yeah, no, I don't think they did.
All right, and that is that. Not a whole lot this week, guys. DC side.
Oh yeah. Oh, Nubia. That's I think that's a young adult one about Wonder Woman's sister.
Cool.
I think I'm gonna pick this one up.
And the Grant Morrison Superman omnibus.
Pass.
And that's it.
$75. Not too bad for an Omni.
I'm gonna be like Riley and have to get it to be a completist.
So pick of the week for me goes to Jim Lee Artist Edition. You should get that.
Yes.
Are you getting it?
No, but that's because I'm getting married. I have a wedding to pay for.
Well, that's true.
I'm ready for that. I got all my Jim Lee X-Men stuff ready to go for the video and stuff. There's the cover that went for like $300,000 in there too.
He did a great interview with Kevin Smith a few years ago on Fat Man on Batman when that was still a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Get a chance, really recommend you listen to it. He talks about how he got started and how he basically took a year off and lived with his parents, and he would draw for 8 to 12 hours a day to get his skill.
Yeah, he worked like he had the job already. Like that was his discipline the whole time. And then he paid his parents back for all the money they spent to put him through, because he has a degree in psychology. Like he was going to be a doctor or something like that. And he paid his parents back.
Oh, that's where he got his anatomy lessons drawing. That's why he's such a great illustrator, because he studied anatomy in med school or something, right? Or pre-med.
Maybe, something like that. Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, I'm not the guy's biographer or anything, but yeah.
I know. I can read from IST's releases what last week's DC books are.
Will be,
should be. Just a sec. Books of Magic, Volume 3. Hellblazer, Volume 24. And Richard Dragon, Kung Fu Fighter, Coming of the Dragon hardcover. I think I'm going to get that because he trained the question. And Wonder Woman, Book 2, Ares Rising, trade paperback. And last week's big Marvel book is Uncanny X-Men, hardcover volume 4. which will be on IST tomorrow.
Hmm.
It's
That's
just for those of you tuning in late and care about IST, they're just doing releases tomorrow of last week's DC and Marvel releases. This week's Marvel releases and nothing else is what they'll be soliciting to give them time to catch up because they were frozen out of their headquarters. And then next week should be back to normal. No Blade of the Immortal. You're going to have to wait till, for IST, you'll have to wait till next week if that's when it was going to be released.
Mm-hmm.
So Uncanny X-Men 4 will be released tomorrow on IST. I'm not talking about local comic shops.
I need to hit IST because I want to get that Darkness and I want to get that Spawn Compendium. And I don't think Torpedo got any in. So I need to hit up IST for those. I need them. I need them, Jess. You already got the Darkness. So, man, I should have jumped on that Kickstarter.
Yeah, I have the Darkness before you, and
Yeah.
it came with a crap ton of extras. Crazy.
How is that? I've never read The Darkness.
It's a cool book. It's about a mafia hitman
Mm-hmm.
who is cursed or blessed or whatever with the power of the darkness, which is all the gooey armor stuff.
Yeah.
And he's able to create anything he wants using it. He can create like women, he can create these little creatures and these little like demon lizards that come out. There's an awesome video game. There's two awesome video games. Those things are fantastic. Yeah. And the thing about that with Jesse Escondido is that he can never like create a child. He can never like the moment like conception happens, it kills him because of the way the transfer of the darkness goes from generation to generation. And there's lots of tied into it with Witchblade and her armor and how that armor that's all connected with this different. They did a whole thing. Did this whole like crazy event that connected all these armors and different darknesses together and stuff like that. So
Cool.
it's Michael Turner. It's
Garth
Mark
Ennis.
Silvestri. It's Ennis. Yeah.
Can I also say that God damn it, Todd McFarlane's gonna make me fucking pick up Spawn pretty soon at the rate with this stuff.
With that extended universe that they're doing.
Oh my god, Donny Cates writing Spawn.
Yeah, I'm in, dude. I'm in with that.
Day one.
I'm in for Gunslinger Spawn. I'm in for She Spawn. I'm in for that Spawn universe. All that spin-off stuff. I'm in for it. I'm in for it. All right, so I'm ready to get out of here, guys. I don't know about y'all.
Thank you to the chat for hanging in there with us as we went off on really fun tangents, in my opinion. We had a blast on our tangents, and you hung in there with us. Thank you to my fabulous co-hosts, who I will ask where they can be found in just a second, as I say thank you to InStockTrades.com and the viewers who are watching this afterwards. And Lou, where can they find you when you're not saving for your marriage?
You can find me at Comics Guide 101 on YouTube, where I have an archival videos, and Comics Guide 101 on the Twitter.
Geo, running the board. What up, dude? Where can they find you?
You can find me on my channel at We Can Geek Them, where I talk about anime, comics, and manga. Should be posting a video soon-ish.
Nice. Gabe, you love 90s comics.
I love 90s comics, and that's where you could find me on Instagram, Gabe Loves 90s Comics and More Cock, and on YouTube coming up pretty soon, Gabe Loves 90s Comics as well.
Oh, you have to have a Moorcock episode. What, Trigonosis, we need a spinner rack segment. What, is that something you do, Gabe?
I could do a spinner rack. I'm going to use my spinner rack a lot for when I do my 90s comics like spotlights.
Okay, that sounds cool. I have a spinner rack that's full of variants right now. Also, the Death of Pharaoh Lad. That's a constant.
Mine is full of amazing stuff like Youngblood #1, like Thunderbolts #1. This Ed McGuinness Deadpool sketch cover I got.
Ooh.
and plenty more. I haven't loaded it up yet, but I'm gonna be using
That's
that for my channel.
That's the most fun you're gonna have is picking stuff to put in that.
Oh yeah, I got a bunch of these. This is some of my favorite stuff I have on here. Is the first appearance of Thunderbolts.
Cool.
Oh,
I love
nice.
that stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna have some cool spinner rack show offs and stuff too doing for the channel videos. Bitch.
And you can find me, Stimson J Cat. You can find my vinyl episode. I did a live punk rock vinyl episode. It's in my library at Omnidog's Vault on YouTube. But I can do a new live vinyl episode at some point. But I'm not doing that. I'm on Omnidogs_Vault on Instagram because some spud took Omnidog's Vault.
Wait, somebody took your name on what outlet?
Instagram, and even on Gmail. I'm Omnidogs Vault 2 on Gmail. And
That's not because you forgot your password to Omnidog #1, right?
No, I tried.
Okay.
I tried Omnidog's Vault, and it's like, and I did that for Instagram, and somebody pimped me on that too. So, wait. Okay, I think we're done. So,
Cool.
Peace and love. Peace and love. Thank you to the chat and everybody. Thank you to my co-hosts. Yeah, way to go. Peace and love. Thanks for watching. Like and comment.